Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be shedding light on the ample problems appertaining to owning traditional real estate properties. What are they, you may ask? Without further ado, without further delay, allow me to demystify that answer to that inquiry right here, right now. Lamentably, much to my dismay, much to my consternation, much to my chagrin, much to my agony, much to my distress, and much to my grief, there are a copious amount of disparate problems appertaining to owning traditional real estate properties. Owning traditional real estate properties yields steep, staggering, exorbitant, hefty costs. If you want to be able to retain a real estate property that you own, then you will need to succumb to paying exorbitant homeowners association fees, as well as lofty monthly mortgage fees. Furthermore, you can also incur steep homeowners insurance fees, as well as other lofty fees if you retain a traditional real estate property. The costs of owning a traditional real estate property are unequivocally cost prohibitive, costs for most people to afford to incur. Your tenant can also become a delinquent tenant. They could shirk on paying you the monthly lease, which can indeed be problematic, especially if it renders you unable to cover your real estate ownership costs. You never want to become insolvent. You do not want your business to become defunct. And it can take you months to be able to evict a tenant who refuses to pay the monthly lease fee to their landlord. The opportunity cost of having a delinquent tenant is enormous, because you forgo the opportunity to have a responsible tenant lease your real estate property. You never want to become unprofitable as an owner of traditional real estate properties. If your real estate property does not appreciate in value over time, you can succumb to a capital loss post-selling your real estate property, especially if it has depreciated in value from the time that you purchased it to the time that you sell it. Selling a real estate property can indeed be a long-winded, expensive, cumbersome, and highly time-consuming process. It is a harrowing, debilitating, agonizing process to undergo. A tenant can renege on their word. They should not do so, but they are at liberty to do so. And because of that, they may not honor their lease agreement, which is calamitous on the landlord's end if he is hemorrhaging money to provide his delinquent tenant with free rent. which comes at a steep cost on his end because he's forgone the opportunity to lease that real estate property out to a responsible tenant who's willing to honor their lease agreement. If tenants are not paying their monthly lease fee, if they are abstaining, desisting, and refraining from doing so, then you will not be able to generate enough rental income to fully cover your real estate ownership costs. So when you own a traditional real estate property, it is expensive, and there's no guarantee that a tenant will not shirk on honoring their lease agreement. Furthermore, a real estate property is not guaranteed to appreciate in value and allow you to yield a positive return on investment. You may succumb to a capital loss in lieu of a capital gain. And unlike virtual real estate, a traditional real estate property can also be razed by natural disasters, unfortunately. So you should also bear in mind that even if it does appreciate in value and yield you a positive return on investment post-selling it, it still does not yield you as high of a return on investment as a percentage of return on investment relative to other types of asset classes that yield a higher return on investment as a percentage of return on investment, which are also far less expensive to acquire than traditional real estate properties. I hope that you deemed this video to be insightful and fascinating. Have a blissful day. Goodbye.